Hello and welcome to MTS. In this brief video, we are going to cover the file system tree. To access the material for this video, navigate to Open Project and log in. Once logged in, from the home page, you will see your project MCSP21A listed under projects. And if you do not, you have to go over to select a project, click on the drop down arrow, and go down under Linux class and look for MCSP21A. However you find the project, select the project. Once inside the project, go down to Wiki and then choose Chapter 2 Basic File System Tree. Here, we will see the information covered in this video. To begin, I am not going to explain all of the directories listed in the first section, but I will cover the more important ones at this moment. As your program progresses, you will learn about the others. So let's start with the boot directory. As the documentation states, this is where your bootloader resides. It stores all of the bootable files for the operating system. The etc directory is where all of the configuration files are stored. Any program or software that is running on your server, this directory stores the configuration files for that program and that software. You can manipulate how that program operates and what instructions it will carry out based on how you configure it in this directory. The home directory, that stores a directory for all local users on the server. Every local account that is stored on the server will have their own directory. They can create subdirectories, store files, and/or scripts, and much more. The root directory, better known as the root user's home directory, is the home directory for the root user. Root is the first system admin account by default that is created on every Linux machine. Local users can have root privileges. Root is the highest level system admin account on the machine, and it gets its own home directory. Please do not confuse the root home directory for the root file systems directory. The file system root directory is annotated by a /, and the root home directory is annotated by /root. A file system is a specific type of data storage format. Examples of file systems are ext3, ext4, XFS, which this machine is currently running. I will show you shortly, and BTRFS. There are around 100 different types of file systems that the Linux operating systems can support. For what we do with Linux operating systems, these are the more common types. Currently, this is a CentOS 7 virtual machine, and it's running XFS. And ext4 and XFS are the two commonly used file systems within Red Hat 7 or CentOS 7. These file systems use their own metadata structure to define how the data will be stored within the operating system. It is very important to understand what file system a server is running to ensure that you don't create files or directories using another file system. If you would like to learn the differences between the file systems, you can read that section here. Within CentOS or Red Hat 7, there are two different ways you can determine your file system. You can use the mount command. You can pipe /dev to that mount command to narrow down the responses you get, to narrow down the responses returned. And what you're looking for is any dev system, what is mounted on. You want to pay special attention to what's mounted on boot or root. And next to the word type, it would show the file system. The command I prefer to use is LSB with an F argument. It shows the file system next to the dev, in this case, SDA partition. So that is a brief introduction and overview of a Linux file system tree. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.